Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. I invite you to rise in body. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Today will be a joyful day. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Good morning. Welcome to Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace. Welcome to the soul of Sunday. We are Unitarian Universalists. Ours is a historic faith with a progressive theology. We affirm the worth and dignity of every being, and that we are all deeply interconnected. We are bound to one another not by creed, but by covenant. And we are called to answer the call of love with open minds, open hearts, and open hands. Whoever you are, those of all nations, all creeds, all colors, all kinds of love, you are welcome here.
This morning's chalice lighting is Linda Lee Bronson's The Pride Flame. Will the choir and all the musicians and the left-hand side of the sanctuary please read with me? And will the Zoom room and the right-hand side, left-hand side is with me and the right-hand side is with Darrell. Please read with him. Let's begin. We light this flame to ignite our hearts and minds, the spark of knowledge that enlightens, the shimmering hope that burns, the blazing gulf that engulfs our actions, the bonfire of our commitment.
We light this flame for those who celebrate themselves, who fear, who hope, who persevere, who stand on the side of love for all.
We light this flame for those who have been ridiculed, that they may find peace, for those who have fought to marry, that they may celebrate, for those who live in uncertainty in the world, that they may have hope.
We light this flame to renew our commitment that no one shall ever again suffer for the right to love.
We light this flame to celebrate our kaleidoscope of diversity, working, loving, and living on the side of love. For this, we light the flame.
So we have a lot of songs today, and I just want to invite you to sing along to whatever you want to sing along to. And, if you want to get up and dance or move around, it's a great time to do that. Or if you want to sit and reflect, that's good too. I want you to feel the Spirit in the way that's going to fill your hearts today.
Never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. There's a cold lonely light that shines from you. You'll wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you think so, well, I'm still standing. You just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could have hoped to win. You started down the road and leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if our love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know that I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
As we gather, we acknowledge that Arlington Street Church occupies the ancestral homeland of the Massachusetts. By making this land acknowledgement, we recognize, honor, and affirm the sovereignty of all First Nations peoples. Dear ones, Welcome, Zoomers, and welcome, Incarnate Congregation. A very, very special welcome to our coming-of-age visitors from our congregation in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Where are you, Oak Ridge? There they are. Welcome, friends. Great to see you. And from the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Center County in State College, PA. Where are you, friends? Welcome, Pennsylvania. Great to have you. You have come on a great day. It doesn't always look like this. Each June since 1970, the year after the riots at the Stonewall Inn that launched the modern movement for queer liberation, Boston has celebrated Pride. For 53 years, George Whitehouse has rung the bells in our steeple, and we have hosted a celebratory service. This celebration has always been for everyone. The liberation and happiness of every one of us are inextricably bound together, and none of us is free until all of us are free. Happy Pride. I want to say a very special thanks to our volunteers here in the sanctuary today. Tech team. It does not happen without the tech team. Art Nava is our lead. Art, thank you. Beautiful. He's on the Zoom deck this morning. My wife, Cam Moorhead, is in the Zoom chat. Rich Abreu, our videographer, there on the camera. And Matt Malakowski on sound, all kinds of sound today. Welcome, Matt. Great to see you, dear. I want to say thank you to the Great Doors team, ensuring that we can gather safely in person. Queen Cheryl, Barbara Ginhart, and Rachel Corey are our greeters. Philip is back there working with Kevin as our lead ushers. Thank you, my dears. Great to have you. Thanks to our musicians. At some point there might be a sermon, but really it's all about the music today. Director of Music, Mark David Buckles, extraordinaire. Thank you, dear. Welcome home to our guest pianist, Yulia Yun. We're thrilled to see you, Yulia. And the rest of the band, Ellie Scher on violin, Matt Malakowski on bass, Carl Grohlman on percussion. Thanks, friends. Thanks to our section leaders, Beck Zer and Daniel Rosenzweig, and to the Arlington Street Church Choir. Thank you to Hala and Jen for the fabulous mixtape that was playing on the Great Doors there as you came in. And Hala, thank you for PR. Thank you for our security team. Welcome to our security team. We are so grateful. Our worship coordinators are the adorable Darrell Waters and John O'Connor. And thank you to our decorators, led by the Queen of Pride, Queen Cheryl. Our executive minister, my beloved colleague, Beth Robbins, is both here in the sanctuary and in the Zoom room, holding the space for us as one beloved spiritual community. Some of our singers rapid tested this morning so they can sing unmasked. We've closed those first 4 pews up front to keep everyone safe. A reminder that those in the sanctuary should please be physically distancing from those who are not in your family or pod. And when your pew is full, please close the door so people who arrive after you know that it's full, and it's fine if you're the only one sitting there. Let's stay safe. Finally, for those of you who are new to Arlington Street, I want to say a very special welcome to you. Those of you in the sanctuary, you will see welcome cards, special Pride welcome cards. They're in the pew racks. Please hand yours to an usher or Queen Cheryl, or you can drop it in a basket at the Great Doors as you leave. For those of you in the Zoom room, please fill out a connection card. The link is in the chat. It includes the option to request the link to a recording of today's sermon. Since I can't greet all of you in person after the service, I'd love to follow up with a virtual hello. Friends, whether you have been coming here for years or today is your first time at Arlington Street, welcome home.
Good morning.
Good morning, John.
If you haven't already downloaded today's order of service, it's available in the chat and on the homepage at ascboston.org. For our guests here in the sanctuary, there are printed copies of the order of service available at the Great Doors. Also, on the homepage, you'll find a link to Sermon Bingo. Feel free to play along while Reverend Kim preaches. As we begin our greetings, I invite the Zoomers and those here in the sanctuary with the device handy to please say hello in the chat and tell us where you're all zooming in from today. And now, Rich is going to turn the camera on the incarnate congregation as we wave and smize at each other as well as at our friends in the Zoom room. And you all in the Zoom room can wave and smile back at us. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Let's all engage that Arlington Street spirit of welcome that transcends physical distance as we greet each other heart to heart.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, yeah, that's what we've become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. And I know that I deserve your love, and there's nothing I'm not worthy of. when the sharpest words want to cut me down. I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat. I'm marching on, marching on. No apologies, this is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. I'm gonna send the flood to drown them out. Oh, wow, oh, oh, this is me. Thanks, everyone.
In Latin America, at rallies and memorials, there is a tradition of calling out the names of the dead and the disappeared. After each name is called, the people respond, Presente, meaning present. The Presente is an affirmation of the ways in which we carry forward the purposes and meanings of the lives of our dead. Presente. They are here in spirit, within us, and with us, and among us. We invite you to join now in Presente for those whom we have loved and lost, invoking their spirits and their blessings. We begin today by honoring the revolutionaries of Stonewall as we all call in their spirits to be here with us. Presente.
Please call out the names of your dead now, and let us respond together. Presente. 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 Presente.
Clinton Morris.
Presente. Presente.
Patrick Clark.
Presente. 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 Presente.
For all these, named and unnamed, let us join in a great affirmation of the ways in which we carry forward their light in our lives. And please join me in saying together, Presente.
Presente.
is now time for our treasured ritual of sharing community candles of sorrow and joy. These candles were submitted on our website by the Friday evening deadline. If you didn't submit your candle and have a joy or sorrow to share this morning, please wait until the third candle is lit, the silent candle, and then type your joy or sorrow in the chat. Zoomers are invited to light silent candles at home. Those in the sanctuary are invited to light a silent candle at the table up front to the right of the Gleason podium. In addition to sharing our sorrows and joys this morning, let's reach out to one another in the week ahead, staying connected. May these times remind us of how very precious this beloved community is. We need one another. Whether together or apart, may we stay very close. And now, in the spirit of invocation, let's join in singing Sanctuary. The words are printed in your order of service and in the chat.
Some of us come today with heavy hearts. We open our hearts to you.
A candle of sorrow from Dan Brotman. A prayer for my child Etty, who is facing a mental health crisis. Etty has returned to the hospital where this 13 years is finding her way back to health. Etty, may you feel the might of this Father's love. May the countless prayers, the wealth of warm wishes generated from this beloved community remind you that you walk not alone. For there is a love holding you, and it is love that sees us through. Finally, a mixed candle from Dawn Richter. Today, the 5th of June, is the 3rd anniversary of Phyllis and I moving out of our house. We rode together in an ambulance to Sunrise Senior Living in Arlington Heights. Then we were together 24/7 in the dementia unit. She got good care and later had an excellent hospice nurse. We were grateful for the celebration of our 60th anniversary when Phyllis had an extraordinary cheerful day with a few close friends.
And some of us come today in joy. We share your joy.
A candle of joy from D Squared and your Arlington Street friends for Patrice Keegan, who celebrated a birthday this week. We recognize her positive energy and kind spirit towards others. Patrice has dedicated her life to making the Boston community a better place for all. We are so glad she was born. And a candle of joy from the Arlington Street congregation celebrating our beloved John O'Connor and his graduation from Harvard Divinity School. Congratulations, John. We love you.
Friends, this is my own personal candle of joy and thanksgiving. 4 years ago, this very weekend, I asked Kim if she thought it were a crazy idea for me to consider going back to grad school and getting a master's in divinity. Now, I had plenty of good reasons to think it was a crazy idea. Let's just say I'm not exactly a spring chicken, and I already have a successful ongoing professional career. But after talking it through with Kim, at her wise suggestion, I registered for a summer course just to dip my toe in a bit to see if I could do it and if I would actually enjoy it. So I took a course in ancient Greek, and I loved it. Then I audited a couple of more courses the following year.
You're so weird.
I know. I own it. So the following year, I audited a few courses. I decided to apply. They foolishly let me in. They accepted me, and so the journey began. Throughout my 3 years at HDS, Arlington Street Church has been a great source of support and learning and a true font of practical experience. And you all have been part of it. Thank you. Without you, this never would have happened. So several weeks ago, I finished my thesis. I guess I truly nerded out.
Yes, you did.
I did. I decided to offer my own translation of the book of Revelation. Yup, that's the apocalypse. Along with artwork, commentary, and a study guide, it somehow turned into a book project, and there it is. I argue in it that the text is not about the end of the world, but rather about last chances to come to know where we have fallen short so that we can then make better choices. So what's next? For the next year, I will be on my denominational walkabout. But unlike Bilbo Baggins, I'm not going to put on a ring of power and disappear forever from the Shire. That's not going to happen. 4 days after graduation, I started my summer internship doing hospital chaplaincy at Beth Israel, and in the fall, I will start a 1-year ministerial internship at First Church in Belmont, working with Chris Jablonski, a former member of Arlington Street Church. And in the meantime, our very own Darrell will be taking on the role of chair of the worship committee. You are in good hands. Kim and Arlington Street Church have inspired, supported, and launched many successful ministers. Our very own Beth Robbins, Joanna Lubkin, Dan Kane, Eliza Blanchard, Marta Valentine, Ali Jablonski, Rebecca Froome, Katie Scudera, Liz Weber, Chris Jablonski, and the list goes on. Thank you, all of you, for having the confidence and the generosity of spirit to encourage and support me along the way. Thank you.
Sorrows and all the joys we hold in our hearts. we light a silent candle to remember and to rejoice. May the peace of this sanctuary enter into our hearts as we share a quiet moment together, breathing our prayers for ourselves, for one another, for our country, and for the world. Amen.
Let's now join in saying together the affirmation and covenant of this beloved spiritual community. The words are printed in your order of service and in the chat. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is our gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to speak our truths in love, and to help one another.
El amor es el espíritu de nuestra congregación y el servicio es nuestro regalo. Esto es a lo que nos comprometemos, convivir en paz, hablar nuestras verdades con amor y ayudarnos los unos a los otros.
Nervous, aren't you, boy? With your quiet voice and impeccable style. Don't ever let them steal your joy and your gentle ways that keep them from running wild. They can kick dirt face, dress you down and tell you that your place is in the middle when they hate the way you shine. I see you tugging on your shirt, trying to hide inside of it and hide how much it hurts. Let them kicking a ladder. They come to kick dirt in your face, to call you weak and then displace you after carrying your baby on your back across the desert. I saw your eyes behind your hair, and you're looking tired, but you don't look
On April 25th, 1993, 1 million people descended on Washington, D.C. to march for queer liberation. Gathering with other participants in a pre-march service that morning were 2 exquisitely dressed African-American musicians. She wore a pale yellow ensemble, including gloves with matching crown. Surprised to see this elegant heterosexual couple in the ragtag mix of a whole lot of gay, I went to greet them. "What brings you here today?" I asked, meaning what on earth could have compelled you to get up this early on a Saturday morning to hang out with the likes of us? And she answered, "Oh, we remember that you were here," meaning you Unitarian Universalists, you queer people. We remember that you were here when we marched with Martin. We embraced then in tears, and I pray I remember those words for the rest of my life. This is how to be a good ally. The service was underway when, moments before it was time for the sermon, there was a small commotion at the front door of All Souls Church. Someone motioned for me to remain seated. Suddenly, people were scrambling to set up folding chairs in the front pews. And then, there down the center aisle came a small, majestic throng of people, 2 by 2. It was the entire board of the Unitarian Universalist Association, led by the president and moderator of the UUA. They had been meeting here in Boston when they voted to temporarily adjourn their meeting, fly to Washington, and reconvene at our worship service. This is how to be a good ally. To be an ally is to use whatever privilege we can, whatever we can muster, to be a collaborator or even a co-conspirator in the struggle for justice, equity, and belonging. We can speak up about our values, donate money and time, learn more, take responsibility to educate ourselves. That's foundational. The strategy is to dismantle injustice from every possible angle, including systemically. We can act individually and collectively, remembering that the impact of a group can be greater than the sum of its parts. And we should ask individuals whose lives we're praying to improve if we're doing it right. A white male program director at Lockheed Martin had all good intentions of supporting the work of a black female employee. He instructed her to bring a little swagger and attitude to a client pitch, and she responded, "I can't do that." And she was right, of course. In no way could she get by with behaving like that. Behaving as he did. He describes it as an aha moment. He got the view and owned his privilege. Lesson learned. This is how to be a good ally. One morning, sometime in the early 1980s, someone brought me the Boston Globe, and there above the fold of the Metro section was a photo of my sister, Lisa. Yes, that was definitely she. She was wearing the sweater. I'd brought her from Ireland, but I couldn't parse the caption. Apparently, something homophobic had pushed a lot of people over the edge, and my shy, straight little sister had organized a crowd of students at Bates College to occupy the president's office. This is how to be a good ally. 40 years later, for Mother's Day, Our youngest daughter, Jessie, gave Cam and me a fabulous photo of herself with her gay boyfriend, Keenan, modeling for the No Hate campaign. When asked why she had chosen to donate her services to No Hate, detonating a slew of stereotypes, she responded, "I come from a gay family. The men in the photos in my baby book are dead with AIDS. This campaign is about my life." This is how to be a good ally. And why do we do it? Why do we show up as allies? Yes, it's the right thing to do. Yes, it's resonant with our deepest values and aspirations. But more than that, always more, we do it for love. Gamble everything for love, wrote the 13th century Persian Sufi mystic Rumi. Gamble everything for love. If you are a true human being, gamble everything for love. If not, leave this gathering. Half-heartedness doesn't reach into majesty. In a beautiful piece for the Huffington Post, a global policy strategist, innovator, and entrepreneur named Samir Mansour writes, "Dhaka, Bangladesh's notorious traffic, brought me a gift. In the midst of the dizzying motor madness, rendering immobile among the thousands of honking cars, clamoring rickshaws, and throngs of people, an ancient verse of graffitied poet unfurled itself into view. Every day I would pass that poetry inscribed on a vandalized wall and linger by it at a snail's pace until its message occupied a permanent place in my being. It said, 'Gamble everything for love.'" The message is clear. Our heart is a source of intuition, and it knows the path to personal happiness. In our love, in our work, and in our service to others, our heart serves as an internal compass, guiding us toward our highest aspirations. It's up to us to quiet our minds, make out which direction the compass is pointing, and still our lives just enough to hear that directional beat. There are those who may tell us otherwise, how irrational, unrealistic, and risky the path may be, but what do they know of the mysterious organ at the center of our being? It speaks only to us. It's up to us, Samir Mansour concludes. If we want to listen to its guidance, if we want to roll the dice on what we know, risk our sense of security in pursuit of our heart's directives, the choice is never easy, but here's a reassuring little secret Rumi didn't mention. The game is always rigged in our favor. In the pursuit of the heart's deepest desires, we not only fulfill our highest aspirations, but aspirations for the world. The two are one and the same. If we listen and play by the rules of the heart, then our journey will inevitably lift us and those around us into majesty. Gamble everything for love. This is how to be a good ally. Women, people of color, refugees and immigrants, people with disabilities, queer people, Muslims, Jews, whatever you aren't, you can be an ally for someone who is. The work is to make ourselves available, listen generously, empathize, and validate others' experiences. If you've done the work, let people know they can count on you. Sociologist Dr. Tsidel M. Milaku, author of You Don't Look Like a Lawyer, Black Women and Systemic Gendered Racism, did research that proved that Black women who progressed at their law firms had trusting relationships with white male partners who were sincerely interested in furthering their careers. One of the women said, what I most appreciated about him was that he always made time for me and encouraged me to stop by and see him despite how busy he was. This is how to be a good ally. In May of 1992, gang violence broke out in Mattapan's Morningside Baptist Church during a funeral for Robert Odom, who was at a dance party when he was gunned down in a drive-by shooting. Inside the church, there had been a stabbing, and there were bullet holes in the sanctuary walls. A bright line had been crossed. On May 18th, the call went out for the city's clergy to gather and strategize about the ending of the killing of our youth. I walked in and found myself one of precious few women and the only white person. My friend Graylin Hagler, Black and male, made his way through the crowd, greeted me warmly, and put a hand on my shoulder. She's with me, he told our colleagues. This is how to be a good ally. The second March on Washington for Queer Rights was on October 11th, 1987. I landed at National Airport with a plane full of gay men in wheelchairs, at least 2 able-bodied friends apiece, and all the medicine and equipment that traveled then with someone living with AIDS. In those pre-9/11 days, you could just give your plane ticket to someone if you couldn't make your flight, and they could take it in your place. We had already gone through 2 iterations on most of the tickets, with people dying before the big day, being replaced by the newly diagnosed. The logistics of pulling off this trip cannot be overstated. Mostly, of course, they wanted to see the AIDS quilt spread out on the National Mall. But we also took to the streets hundreds of wheelchairs to lead that march. We wanted people to see what AIDS looked like, and the whole world was watching. That was also the march where Kem and her affinity group were arrested in front of the Supreme Court as ACT UP, the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, received its first national coverage. This is how to be a good ally. When she chaired our board, the Prudential Committee, Arlington Street's Marianne Hardenberg taught us to ask, always, always ask, who should be at this table but isn't? What perspective aren't we hearing? On our way to getting them there, they should be in our minds and in our hearts. And if they're there, hallelujah, invite those voices, step out of the spotlight and decenter yourself. And whether or not members of the marginalized group are in the room, practice interrupting the conversation if it goes south. Listen for the telltale, she didn't mean what she said to be hurtful, or he's being too sensitive. Ask, would we be having this conversation about a straight, cisgender, able-bodied young white man? Ask it. This is how to be a good ally. I've told you this story before, just one more. 18 years ago, the weekend after Kem and I were finally legally married, I was waiting in line at a deli counter in Chatham on Cape Cod. The oldest member of the founding family of Chatham, Mr. Eldridge, came in and stood just behind me. I was in running clothes. He was wearing a seersucker suit and bow tie. We'd never met, but he struck up a conversation. I'm here to get coleslaw. They have the best coleslaw on Cape Cod. Do you like coleslaw? I thought, this is it. You're legally married. Change one little word and change the world. Say it. I'm not much for coleslaw, I told him, but my wife loves it. Oh God, I said wife to Mr. Eldridge. It seemed to me then that everything stopped at the deli counter. It got very, very quiet in Chatham, Massachusetts. Old Mr. Eldridge looked me up and down, thinking perhaps he had mistaken me for a woman. You could almost see the gears grinding as the paradigm shifted. Your wife? Another pause. Years passed. Well, then, he said, if your wife likes coleslaw, you should get her some of this. This is how to be a good ally. Beloved spiritual companions, just this then. Be a good ally. Do it for love and reach into majesty. Happy Pride.
A yearning the night up with my soul on fire. I can make the sunshine from your desire. Let me feel the locomotive. Let me feel how strong it could be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. 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 Oh, bring me a higher love.
One more time.
Bring me a higher love.
Arlington Street is entirely self-sustaining. It's up to us, and our generosity continues to be astounding. Thank you for your commitment to our staff, our building, and our beloved spiritual community. Today, I have for you the closing lines of Elizabeth Alexander's 2009 inaugural poem for President Obama, Praise Song for the Day. We need to find a place where we are safe. We walk into that which we cannot yet see. Say it plain that many have died for this day. Sing the names of the dead who brought us here, who laid the train tracks, raised the bridges, picked the cotton and the lettuce, built brick by brick the glittering edifices that they would then keep clean and work inside of. Praise song for struggle, praise song for the day, praise song for every hand-lettered sign, the figuring it out at kitchen tables. Some live by love thy neighbor as thyself. Others by first do no harm or take no more than you need. What if the mightiest word is love? Love beyond marital, filial, national. Love that casts a widening pool of light. Love with no need to preempt grievance. In today's sharp sparkle, this winter air, anything can be made, any sentence begun. On the brink, on the brim, on the cusp. Praise song for walking forward in that light. Please take a moment now to join me in giving to our beloved spiritual community and filling our virtual collection plate. You can mail a check to the church or use the envelopes in the pews, which can be handed to Reverend Kim, Reverend Beth, or to any of our ushers after the service. You can give online by scanning the QR code in the order of service or by going to ascboston.org. Or you can text your gift to the church by sending a message with the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 617-300-0509. Each Sunday, we share our collection plate with a partner in our mission of love, service, justice, and peace. Today, our gifts will support the Boston Gay Men's Chorus, back after a 2-year hiatus, singing a Disney Pride show later this month. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you, Darrell. Well, y'all just started a great dance party during that last song. Thank you, Hala and Jen, especially for getting that going. If you're not all danced out, we're about to do kind of a disco medley. So just saying, it's not really a sit-down kind of song. Feel free to sing along, dance if you like. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got a what you want. Baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect, just a little bit.
Respect me, baby.
Just a little bit.
Oh.
Just a little bit. Just to say with me, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Take care, TCB. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me,
Hey,
sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me.
a little respect.
Just a little bit, just a little bit. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I got all my siblings with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I got all my siblings with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Thanks everyone.
There are weekly gatherings in the Zoom room, although I don't know as much fun as what we just had now. But there are groups in the Zoom room for loving kindness meditation, poetry, yoga, and writing. Every Wednesday, Reverend Kim and Reverend Beth host a tea party with a conversation prompt. This week's prompt is, if all food were good for you, what would you eat more of? Also, on Wednesday at 7 p.m., Reverend Kim will be leading walking meditation in the public garden. This is a hybrid event, in person, with the option to join by Zoom. Information and Zoom links are at ascboston.org. To attend any of them, you don't have to be a member, you don't have to turn on your video, you don't even have to talk if you don't want to, and best of all, they are all free. All are always welcome. In addition, there are 2 in-person concerts here at Arlington Street Church produced by friends of ours. At 7:30 this Wednesday, Agara presents the debut of Jonathan Suazo's Afro-Caribbean Project Ricano, a sextet of musicians from Cuba, the DR, and Puerto Rico that aims to empower the Latinx community throughout the world. All are welcome. And on Sunday night at 8 p.m., Emma's Revolution will sing out the vote, a benefit for the Movement Voter Project, which supports grassroots organizations in swing states with a proven track record of helping to get out the vote in marginalized groups and communities. You know Emma's Revolution from their beautiful song, Swimming to the Other Side. Come, hear so much more for a great cause. Following the service this morning, everyone is welcome to join in the virtual coffee hour. If you'd like to participate, please answer yes to the breakout room invitation that will appear on your screen. Reverend Kim and Reverend Beth will be out front. If you're here in person, please come say hello after virtual coffee hour. And then let's all head over to the public garden for a picnic. Reverend Kim is wearing a camera, so those of you in the Zoom room can come and join in wherever you are. Thanks to all of you who joined in today's service and to all of those who made it possible. Remember, we're all in this together. Happy Pride, everyone.
Thank you, John. Well, our final song is This Little Light of Mine. I'm going to let it shine. I invite you to rise in body, rise in spirit, and let's let our spirits shine together. Ready, all? 1, 2, 3, 4. light of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All through the night, all through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world, building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Beautiful. Friends, a reminder, this is really just the beginning of Pride. All the Pride events in Boston have been kind of decentralized from one day this year. Keep your eye on the website. I want to especially acknowledge our own Hannah Shanefield, who is doing a beautiful concert of music by queer composers as a benefit for Bagley, Boston area gay and lesbian youth, this coming Saturday at 3 o'clock. Hannah, we are so grateful. Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful gift. It's fantastic. At 5 o'clock, sorry, 5 o'clock. Yeah. So be here at 5, stay for 8 o'clock. That's Saturday. Then you can sleep overnight. We'll have a sleepover. And then on Sunday, okay. Before our benediction, I'm going to invite those of you in the Zoom room to please reach out your hands, touch the sides of your square. And those of you in the sanctuary to please stand as you're willing and able and raise your hands, palms out. Let's send loving kindness to the people on your left, on your right. Send loving kindness to the person on either side of you and to the people on either side of them. Send out love into this beloved spiritual community. Send out love into the world and feel it coming back to you. Love is the spirit of this congregation. And now for our benediction, I'm going to invite you to put your hand over your heart in namaste. I bow to the divine in you. You are divine. Adapted from English singer-songwriter and drummer Phil Collins, True Colors. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. Don't be afraid to let them show. Your true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Let us keep this faith, beloveds, and pass it on. The service begins when the service ends. Bless your hearts. I love you. Happy Pride. Amen.
Oh. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. For your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. For your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Happy Pride, everyone. Thanks, David.
Feels good to see the world getting loose. Feels good to see the world getting loose. I don't know about you, Saint Noel. I don't know about you, Phenom. I don't know about you, Mike Shadow. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I'm 2 + 2, I'm for sure. You down, I'm down, baby, let's go. You stop, you drop, baby, then roll. You twerk, you pop, booty so swole. I'd hate me too if I were you. And when it comes to billions, I'll take 2. It's only one life, you don't get 2. So live life, don't let it live you.
I got a pocket full of $100 bills. Put on a jacket, cause these diamonds give you chills. 2 shots are running, 2 out, I'm stunning tonight. Tonight, yeah. Look in the mirror, I'm like, who the hell is he? So many wins and cribs, I'm losing track of keys. Ooh, up to something, ooh, yeah, I love it, alright. Alright.
Yeah, yeah, I'm drinking out the bottle. Get loose, hanging with supermodels. Get loose, feel like I hit the lotto. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I'm 1 + 1, I'm too strong. If you ain't about money, then get gone. I wanna wild out all night long. You wanna ride out, then get on. I'd hate me too if I were you. And when it comes to billions, I'll take 2. It's only one life, you don't get 2. So live life, don't let it live you.
I got a pocket full of $100 bills. Put on a jacket, cause these diamonds give you chills. 2 shots are running, 2 out, I'm stunning tonight. I'm stunning tonight, yeah. Look in the mirror, I'm like, who the hell is he? So many wins and cribs, I'm losing track of keys. Ooh, up to something, ooh, yeah, I love it, alright. Alright.
Yeah, yeah, I'm drinking out the bottle. Get loose, hanging with supermodels. Get loose, feel like I hit the lotto. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good.
Please visit ascboston.org for more information about this historic Unitarian Universalist congregation. Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace.